Traeger, and he has with him the new principal at Northwest Early Elementary, Dr. Sherilyn Hardwick. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Nice
Thank
to
you,
see
Bart.
Yeah. And
Always a pleasure.
always a
Always.
pleasure. And I just met Sherilyn just before the show. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Jackson.
Yeah, thank you.
I should say welcome back to Jackson, though, right?
Yes, because my husband's family has been here for a long time. Actually, the fun fact is his grandfather, they actually moved into the house on Brown Street, where the Saw House is right now. That used to be the Hardwick home. So
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
That was the Hardwick home.
it was, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Great to have you.
Thank you.
And back. And Jeff, I know you're excited.
Well, I tell you, I can't say enough for Sherilyn. She has done a remarkable job of really building capacity, not only with her building leadership team, but also with her staff in general. As you know, Bart, that our early elementary building is so large as far as student count, and so it's more important than ever with a large building and their young ones. They're 5, 6, and 7 years old. That our processes are really clean and sharp, and Sherilyn has done a remarkable job as far as really the implementation of these processes with her team, as well as always keeping the foundational mission, vision, and core values of Northwest, which is all about culture. So kudos to her.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is a big school. This is the one with the wings and the pods.
Correct.
Yes.
We have about 900, give or take, about 900 students in that building.
Sherilyn, what interested you in this position and coming to Northwest?
Oh, it's a dream job. I actually just graduated with my doctorate from Michigan State University.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That was in the spring, and when I shared the news with my cohort, they were like, "You got the job at Northwest?" So, I mean, everybody knows about the great things that Jeff and the team are doing at Northwest. So it's a dream job. It's a blessing. Yeah.
Did you teach? What was your background before you got here?
I was a world language teacher, so I started as an elementary school teacher. And then after that, I kind of moved into administration in the early childhood field. And so prior to this, I was an administrator at the Michigan State University Child Development Lab, where I worked with families and children 0 to 5 years old. So it was a nice little kind of transition into early elementary building.
Wow, Child Development Lab, so you develop children.
Actually, yeah, the lab is a little bit like confusing in there, but what we do is work with student teachers from Michigan State University, from the College of Education and from the College of Social Science. And we train them to become early childhood educators in the lab school with those students.
It seems like that is one area that we really have a shortage of qualified professionals. Mm-hmm. That age group, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So on that note, we were very lucky. This year, we managed to negotiate a partnership with Michigan State University to create a pipeline for the College of Ed student teachers to complete their internship in the district. So there's quite a big group of them. I have about 9 student teachers in the building right now.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, 6 from MSU, and then there's other universities like Eastern, Albion, and Central.
And
Well,
you'd hope you sign them up
Yes.
full time.
The reality is, and this is a statewide situation, but I'll speak to Northwest. And the reality is we have a high majority of our educators that are either eligible to retire or very close to eligible to retire. So there's a gap in there as far as years of service where the state of Michigan, but again, I'll speak for Northwest, we're going to see quite a turnover, a possibility of turnover here in the next 5 to 10 years. And so this like Sherilyn was saying, is a great partnership, because basically we're able to have these young people, these student teachers, write with us in learning the Northwest way, and for lack of better terms, doing a multiple month interview process
Yeah.
so that we can see how are they, what is their potential. So this is really a neat opportunity, and I appreciate Sherilyn, because without Sherilyn, that was our connection to Michigan State in order for us to pull this off. So.
Nice. So how does a teacher know when it's time to retire? When at that age they can't get down on the floor anymore?
Well, first of all, they need to, for full retirement, they need to hit 30 years of service.
Oh, first, yeah. Then if you can't get down.
But after that, I'm sure it is at the early mobility, getting down on the floor, and
you can get down, you can't get up.
Right.
Right. All right. So you brought in a slide, ABC. What's this?
So we are trying out something new this year, and we have been talking about, just going deeper into family engagement. And so for a start, this event, we are hoping to attract our families to come in and really just experience a day of what your student goes through here at Northwest Early Elementary. And when we use the term ABC, it's really the 3 areas of focus the district has in terms of attendance, behavior, and content. The team is really well versed in that language, but now we want to expand that influence into the families so that they can replicate what we're doing successfully in the building at home, which would only stand to benefit the students.
And content has a lot of meetings. What does it mean in your ABC?
In our building, this year specifically for content, we're actually focusing on reading. So there's multi-tier systems of support where we actually collect data and we review them on a bi-weekly basis to see where the kiddos are at in terms of their academic scores, so that we can decide what kind of interventions we need to bring in to intensify the support.
Cool. All right, you brought some photos along. Is this your staff?
Yeah, that's half of the staff that we have. I think that's only half the group. But this was during my one of my first staff meeting after I got my doctorate, and then Mr. Bontrager just showed up with Shannon Watts, and they decided to celebrate. And I didn't think this was going to be possible. Paula Luargi, my assistant principal, was like, watch. And so we got everybody into the picture.
We wanted to celebrate her greatness, and she's doing such a great job with her leadership team in the building, and it's not a small undertaking. When Sherilyn was talking about the data tracking, you can imagine that with 900 kids. So,
oh my gosh.
So they really, on an early release every week, they track data so that they can meet kids where their needs are. So if they've made growth over the week or over the 2 weeks, then that is recorded. It's all in flow charts and tracked. So I can't say enough for it's not a small undertaking, and she's doing a great job with her team and her team of teachers and staff.
Well, it's going to be cool for parents to know that
Yes.
you've got that much track on their kids.
Yes. Well, it's really part of documentation as well, as we're thinking about, audits and, with fidelity. We want to make sure we exhaust all the resources that we have, and we want to make sure there's accountability too.
And you want to know, and really it's like every day you got to know everything about these kids, their mental state, where they are, what they got, where they're going, where they've been. That's a lot.
It is a lot, yeah. So that's why we need a system to be able to track all of that.
All right, what's this picture? Is that?
So this was, we typically have not had any form of graduation celebration for the kiddos, the second graders in our building, going over next door. And so this past spring, we wanted to do something fun. And so the staff sort of got together and put on the inflatable costumes. Somebody had a great idea that came from TikTok. And so we just lined the hallways and have all of our second graders kind of walk through, and we just high-fived them and celebrated them as they were, graduating and moving on to the building next door. So And that's me in the unicorn costume. That was a fun day. It was
Nice.
very hot, but we made it work.
You see, we even have a Mountie there.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
my other assistant principal. That's James Laughlin. So, I mean, it was wonderful. I think the kids really had fun.
Well, you aren't supposed to tell the true identities of the mascots.
Yeah. They're still supposed to remain the Mountie policeman,
And
right?
they don't talk either.
Right.
They're not supposed to talk.
Oh, okay. I don't take that.
So were you on staff before you got your doctorate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, on top of moving, finishing my dissertation, I also got a new job. So I'm glad
cool.
that all worked out.
All happened at once.
That all happened at once. So yeah, so it's been great. Yes.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, and thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having us.
Do you know the tradition of what happens now?
Of course. Yes.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
We are
Northwest.
go.
Go Mounties!
All right. Thanks so much. Northwest Early Elementary Principal, Dr. Sherilyn Hardwick, and Superintendent of Northwest, Jeff Bontrager. Well, next we have some birthdays in the